You hear success stories of celebrity investments everywhere. But this is the untold story of how an original theme restaurant lasted less than a year despite massive investments supplied by Hollywood's biggest superstars.
Restaurant's called the Cartoon Saloon.
It was 1996, and the theme restaurant craze was in full swing. Planet Hollywood, Hard Rock, and Rainforest cafes were all thriving. Enter Cartoon Saloon, a 240-seat, 5,000 square foot, cartoon-themed restaurant poised to take the industry by storm. The brainchild of former Marvel employee John Taddeo and entrepreneur Ray Noble, Cartoon Saloon was more than a restaurant. It was an experience. It featured a collectible comic book menu for guests and an in-house memorabilia store operated by Tropic Comics, packed with $250,000 of inventory between vintage comics and restaurant-exclusive merchandise. Hollywood icons Adam West, yes, Batman himself, and Lou Ferrigno, the original Hulk, were among the celebrity investors on board with this revolutionary themed bar and diner concept. The hype was unlike anything the industry had ever seen. So where did it go wrong, and who's to blame for the demise? Before we can get into that, let's go over what went right.
The Cartoon Saloon without a taste of one of our marvelous desserts.
Oh, I would love to. Oh, yes!
September of '96 saw the official launch of Cartoon Saloon's flagship location in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The grand opening was bigger than anyone could have imagined. Over 5,000 people showed up, causing local police to shut down the street in an attempt to control all the chaos. Food and liquor supplies meant to last 10 days were gone within hours. Some of the biggest media outlets were on hand to cover the event, including The Howard Stern Show.
What are you talking about? What's going?
It seemed like Cartoon Saloon was destined for greatness, but less than a year later, it was gone. So what happened? Despite the opening night success, behind the scenes, things were unraveling fast. The team behind Cartoon Saloon lacked any restaurant background, and the inexperience was showing. From day one, there were already plans for expansion locations in Miami, Palm Beach, New York, and Orlando. The team had yet to figure out how one restaurant would see success past its grand opening, yet they were already having their sights set on future locations. And one member in particular may have had their sights set on an entirely different venture from the very beginning. Fast forward to 1999. A nearly identical restaurant concept by the name of Cartoon Universe pops up in Staten Island, New York. The man behind it? None other than Ray Noble, the co-founder of Cartoon Saloon. So could Noble have been planning his own restaurant all along? Did he see Cartoon Saloon as a stepping stone to something bigger? While we may never know for sure, what we do know is that Cartoon Universe didn't last either. The Staten Island venture had folded by 2001, but this wasn't the end of cartoon-themed restaurants. While Cartoon Saloon and Cartoon Universe both failed, in 2010, a new restaurant by the name of Comic X had launched in Mexico, bringing another attempt at blending food with the comic book experience. Unlike its predecessors, Comic X did not have celebrity investors, but so far, it has managed to stay afloat, operating in over 30 locations, including its first in the United States that opened in 2019 in Phoenix, Arizona. Though it remains to be seen if Comic X can thrive long term, it has already lasted longer than Cartoon Saloon and Cartoon Universe combined, perhaps learning from the mistakes of the past.